Welcome to December Empties. It's taken me a while to get around to this, mostly because I ended the year off being sick for a couple weeks, and I've finally just started feeling a little bit more like myself. I'm not as congested, and so my voice doesn't sound as bad as it did. The look that I have is from a palette bingo that I did with the Adept Cosmetics Element 115 and Aero palette. I plan to get that one up first just so that the look isn't spoiled in this video. If you like hearing about empty products and my thoughts on them, then grab a drink and a snack. I have a lot of stuff to talk through. I think that my November's empties was so low because I had a lot of almost empty things. So then right into December, I was just finishing things left and right. So sit down and relax and let's talk about some products and what I thought about them. All right, I've divided everything into categories. I will timestamp the different categories below. Most of them are skincare. So if you only want to hear about a certain type of product, check the description and look for the timestamps. I'm going to start with makeup because I only have one item. It's a primer. It's the NYX The Marshmallow Primer. I kind of just didn't like this. I find that it didn't really do much or anything. It has a little bit of a silicone-y feel, so I thought it was going to be something that would fill in the pores a little bit and help things go on smoother over top. But I find that it didn't really do that for me, and it separated a lot in the little tube. If I forgot to shake the crap out of it before I used it, the first squeeze out, it was half liquid, half stuff, so that also was kind of annoying. I don't know if that was because I had it so long before I got around to using it, but I would not buy the full size of this, and if I ever got a sample of it again, I wouldn't even use it. Next up is fragrances, and I went through 4. So the first is this little perfume oil. It's from a website called Alchemic something. I'm not really sure. I would have to go back through my emails to find the order receipt, but I've had it for years. And the scent is called Voodoo. And I got this specifically because years back I was using the Tokyo Milk Tainted Love perfume, and I really loved the smell of it. But I found that I think it was being discontinued or something because it got to be really hard to find, and it didn't last on me very long, so a couple hours at most. So when I was searching for dupes or what people thought were similar scents to that perfume, I found this perfume oil. I don't think that they're the same. I really do enjoy the smell of this, but I really don't think it's anywhere the same to the Tokyo Milk perfume. But I did buy a couple of the oils from that website and a couple sample of the oils from that website that I still have kicking around. I really did enjoy the scent of this, and I would probably get it again. I wouldn't mind having it again, but I certainly do not need any new perfumes right now, even though I did just buy the Mood Ring, the travel size. I don't need any, so I'm not gonna specifically go search out this website if it even still exists. But perfume oils, I think, have the tendency to last longer on the skin just by the nature of it being an oil as opposed to a aerosol spray. And this was good, but I don't need it right now. Next perfume is Replica by The Fireplace. I believe this was a Point Perk from Sephora. I really do enjoy the scent of this perfume. I'm horrible at describing scents, but this is pretty warm, musky, a little bit on the masculine side, which is what I tend to prefer in my perfumes. I think I still have a second of the Point Perk of this that I will use up, but I wouldn't ever buy the full size of this just because it's so expensive, and I think I prefer to just buy travel sizes or the roll-on size of perfumes anyways, just because I like to have a variety in the scents that I use, and generally I don't wear the same thing even 2 or 3 days in a row because I like to have the variety. This was great. I won't buy the full size of it, but it is a nice scent. Another travel size is this Queendom, the Captain Grace. I randomly found this brand on Amazon, and I had bought a full size and a couple travel size of the various ones. This one I did like. It's not my favorite scent, but it was good enough to use up. So if this is still around and I happen upon it, I don't know, maybe I would get it, but again, I don't need any perfumes right now. Alright, last perfume that I went through is this Mix Bar Vanilla Bourbon. I basically love any combination of vanilla, bourbon, tobacco, like warm, masculine scents like that. So this was really great. I would maybe get it again, except it doesn't stick around that much on the skin. I wasn't expecting much considering I was purchasing it from Target, but I was pleasantly surprised with the scent of it and how much I liked it. It's just longevity on the skin isn't great. All right, let's do shower things. I have this little sample packet of the Moroccan Oil shower gel. It smells really nice and it did what you want a shower gel to do, but I wouldn't ever buy the full size of it. I have a feeling it's probably more than I would want to spend on a shower gel, but it smells nice. Another shower gel, speaking of sticking with like masculine scents, I use this Duke Cannon, the Old Glory scent, which is tobacco, cedarwood, and amber. Again, I like more masculine scents, and this brand in particular is marketed towards men, but it's sold at Ulta. So I came across it one day and I like tobacco, so I thought that I would really like it. The cedarwood in it, I think, is what makes it not my favorite. Like, it still smells okay and it was fine to use, but I wouldn't ever get it again. It just like didn't quite smell as what I wanted it to. Okay, shampoo and conditioner that I used up. The IGK Payday, and surprisingly I used them up about at the same time. Normally I go through more conditioner than I do shampoo. I ended up with like 2 more uses of the conditioner than I did of the shampoo, but these smell really nice. I don't know that it necessarily did anything. It's an instant repair, but I don't know that it repaired anything really. I'm pretty, like, once you have split ends, they're gonna remain split ends unless you cut them off. It was good enough. I don't know that I would rush out to get it again, but I would use them again. Batiste dry shampoo. This is the pink pineapple scent. Batiste it used to be like my favorite dry shampoo, and I think it still probably is. I've been using a lot of the Living Proof, the like advanced clean one, the one in the silver spray can, and I had gotten the duo that Sephora had in the holiday kits, where it came with one of the advanced clean and then one of the regular. The regular one in particular isn't my favorite. It's the advanced clean that I like, but the cost of the kit was pretty much the cost of what one bottle of the advanced clean was, so I figure why not just get it and have both. But once those are done, I will probably go back to the Batiste just because it works just as well and it's cheaper. Last hair care item is this Pureology, what's it called? Hairspray. I don't use hairspray very often, so it takes me a while to go through it. I've had this travel size for many years, and I just finally just like pulled it to the front and made that the one that I used if I needed to use the hairspray. It was fine. I think most hairsprays to me work about the same because I'm not using very much of it. So it was fine, but I wouldn't necessarily seek it out to buy it again. All right, moving on to skincare. I'll start with eye creams. I use this Kate Somerville plus retinol firming eye cream. It was fine to use. It had a little bit of a yellow tinge, so I feel like it helped a little bit with covering like any darkness that I had. I tend to use it only at night though, so that didn't really matter. It was fine because I got it at a cheaper price at Marshall's, but I probably wouldn't ever pay full price for this. I don't know that it necessarily did anything remarkable, and even like my concerns for like my under eye really is just doing some sort of brightening. And then I do have crow's feet, but like you're gonna have wrinkles as you get older unless you choose to do Botox, so I don't think this was gonna do anything for that anyways, so it was fine to use. I'm not gonna go seek it out to buy it again. I went through a little sample of the Herbivore Supernova. It's vitamin C and caffeine brightening eye cream. It was also a bit yellow, so it was supposed to be brightening, but I find that it didn't really do that. Maybe the vitamin C in it was supposed to do that like over time, but in terms of the actual color of it, making it brightening. My favorite brightening eye cream is the Origins ginseng one. So if when it comes time to need another brightening eye cream, I would go back to that. I currently still have the Tula stick, the like blue whatever thing, that's like my brightening eye cream, which it is almost empty. So when it comes time to want another brightening, I would go back to the Origins one. All right, last eye cream that I used through is the Mizon Snail Repair Eye Cream. I liked this because it was hydrating. I had a tube of it before and I liked it then. I don't understand, like they seem to be the exact same product, but one's in a tube and one's in a tub. If I go back to this again, I would go back to the tube just because I like that delivery system rather than like sticking my finger in a pot. So this was fine and it was hydrating, but I have another hydrating eye cream right now, so I don't need it. And again, if I go back to this, I'll go back to the one that's in the tube. Cleansers. A cleansing balm that I went through is the Pharmacy Green Clean. This is the Wild Raspberry Tea one. I got it in the holiday pack of 3. Pharmacy tends to do that every year where they put out a 3-pack and they're all of different scents. I really quite enjoyed the Wild Raspberry scent. Like if it came out in a kit again, I would probably get it. I think this cleansing balm might be my new go-to cleansing balm. We'll see. I've got 2 more of them from the 3-pack to use up. So when it comes time to needing to go get another one, I would probably go to this, but it is kind of a bummer that it's more expensive than the Good Molecules one. Alright, second cleanser is the Mario Badescu Enzyme Cleansing Gel. This was nice and I used it and liked it in the past, so when I saw the jumbo size of it, I got it. Kind of regretted getting the jumbo size of it. While I do like it, I find that towards the end of it, I was just annoyed that I had to use it. I just got really bored with it. And I think that's kind of how I get with a lot of, well, maybe not a lot, but some skincare and especially like shampoos and conditioners. I just sort of get bored of using them, which is maybe just something that I have to get over, but I like to have some variety, and using the same thing day after day bores me. So although I liked this, I probably won't go back to it anytime soon just because I was bored with using it towards the end of it. Face mask that I used up is the Core's Hydrobiome Probiotic Superdose Face Mask with real Greek yogurt. This was kind of okay. It was like really thick and I found that it left kind of a film on my face. So after I used it, like I sometimes felt like I needed to cleanse my face again, which kind of defeats the point of using a mask that's supposed to leave it like hydrating and stuff. I won't ever get this again, and it was kind of a bummer because I liked the idea of it being super hydrating, but the film, man, you can't leave a film on my face because then I have to wash my face again, which then defeats the purpose of leaving something hydrating on it, you know? Good Molecules Glycolic Exfoliating Toner. Again, something that I was kind of annoyed that I had to keep using towards the end of it. My face tends to like glycolic acid, but I think maybe a toner is not the way that I want to use it. And I had to end up using it in the evening only because in the mornings my toner of choice is the Paula's Choice BHA toner, and I don't want to use 2 toners with like active ingredients like back to back like that. So what I'm using right now for glycolic acid in my routine is I went back to the Pixie glycolic acid. It's a serum. I believe it has a couple other like active ingredients in it, but I remember years ago when I used it, I really liked using it and I liked how it affected my skin. So that's what I went back to, and I probably won't ever buy this again. I do believe I still have another full one left from like a Beautylish Lucky Bag, but I don't think that I'm going to use it, and I'm okay with just not using it and decluttering it. Alright, a face oil that I used up is the Naturium Plant Squalene Face Oil. I like squalene for a step in my routine, but I don't know that I want to be using it as like a single ingredient product because then I just have to put more and more layers on my skin. So I would never probably get a squalene only product, but I do like it as an ingredient for my skincare, and I am currently using the Bioma Hydrating Facial Oil, which does have squalene in it along with a couple other things. So when that's done, I would probably go back to an oil that has multiple in it rather than just single ingredient face oils. Speaking of Bioma, I used up the clarifying serum, which has blue tansy, PHA, and zinc. I liked using this, and I think it helped my skin quite a bit. When I went to repurchase this, it was out of stock forever at Ulta. It might be back in stock now, but I ended up getting a CosRX serum that has similar ingredients to this. So that's what I'm using right now, and depending on how I feel when I use that one up will determine whether or not I think I need to go back to this one, or if I'll continue to use that one, or maybe I'll find something completely different. We'll see. But I did enjoy using this while I had it. All right, another serum that I went through is the Apu, I never know how to pronounce this word, madecassoside. So this is the active ingredient in the cream that I tend to use when I have the allergic reaction thing on my neck where it gets like red for a couple days and then it immediately like dries out and starts flaking. So I was thinking that this would be a good step to add in my skincare routine, but I found that in serum form, I don't know that it really did as much as what the cream does for me, because I think this ingredient, for me at least, is more effective in the cream format. I'll probably just continue to use it like that. When I use it in the cream form, like for my face, I tend to just use it when I need it or in like areas that need it, and not necessarily like all over the face and all the time, which is how I had been using this. But if doing it with this wasn't really producing the results that I wanted to see, then it seemed silly to try this again. So this was okay. It was basically just an added like layer of hydration that I was adding to my face. I have 2 of the Skin Fix Barrier Plus Triple Lipid and Collagen Activating Serum. I used one of this little packet things in November, and I was right in thinking that that was what I had a 7-day supply of. And you get about 2 uses per packet, so like a morning and a night. And I just honestly forget to use it. I have the little packets in like a drawer thing on my bathroom sink, so I sometimes forget to like go into it to get them. So like I know you're supposed to use them the 7 days in a row, and then you're like, oh, look at these amazing results that I'm seeing. Except you need to be using skincare for longer than 7 days to see if it's effective anyways. Like you're not going to get a major change in just 7 days of using a product. So although I like how this feels on my skin, I won't know if I want to purchase the full size of it after just 7 days anyway. So like if I end up buying it, it's just because I like how it feels on the skin. It won't be because it's like done something remarkable in the 7 days of packets that I'm using. But I do want to try to remember to use them up and use them up more than just like 1 a day this week and then 1 a day the following week. I do want to try to use them consecutively for the ones that I have left, but you know. All right, I finished a tube of the In Beauty Project pimple paste. This has thyme in it along with a couple other ingredients, but like boy oh boy does the thyme come through. It's very fragrant, so it kind of just feels like you're slapping herb paste on your skin. I found that if I put it on something that was like big and angry the night before, it didn't necessarily get any less angry by the following morning. So because of that, I probably won't buy this again, but it was at least something that I was trying to do to help like a spot go away. I don't know, maybe someone else has better luck with it, and maybe it's just the part, like, I don't know, maybe just the active ingredients in it aren't something that my skin finds helpful as much, you know? Last empties for the month of December is the Phytosurgence Verdant Force Field. This has become like my favorite moisturizer. I do have another one that I had that I'm already starting to use. I find that I use this mostly in the morning right now because I have the bigger tubs of the Skin Fix whatever moisturizing cream. I tend to use that one at night just because it's a little bit thicker, but this is great for the daytime. Makeup goes on beautifully over top of it. I just like how this feels, and I will repeatedly go back to it. All right, those are all the empties for the month of December. I hope I wasn't like rushing too much through it, but I just felt like as the things continued to sit in front of me, like felt like I needed to get through them. Hopefully you got some useful information out of them. I like watching empties because by the time someone uses up a product completely, you like really get an idea of if it was good or not for you. Let me know in the comments anything that you used up for December, or if there's a certain product that you go back to time and time again. I would love to hear about it. If you're new here, subscribe before you go. If you like content like this, I would love to have you around. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!